this year. Mean Gene Spooner, we've talked about him in the turquoise and black car, just going around turn 3 now. Somewhat of a celebrity in Hornby in the Rie Burger car. Also sponsored by As Is Where Is Cars. We've all sold 1 or 2 of those from time to time. And good to see those guys sponsoring Gene Spooner. 95C, Caleb Bourne, probably racing better than he's ever raced at the moment. He was quick time over at Greenstone Park and surprised us all. A 12.6 second lap time at Greymouth's Greenstone Park. A very difficult feat to break 13 seconds over there. And there was only 2 other drivers that got under the magical 13, but he was 12.68 and 12.60. So Caleb Bourne, he's sometimes known as a bit of a hothead, but he's really got his head down and driving the Avon Insurance Brian Hum contracting sprint car pretty well.
Yeah, as you used to meet Caleb on the infield, you soon sort of knew whether you could talk to him or not. Oh, I miss those days.
Well, he's never been afraid to say what he thinks, and he certainly was very famous for putting some words on a live stream a few years ago. But the pace car's gone in, folks, and AJ, looks like we're getting ready to race with Jonathan Allard and Alan Chapman off the front.
The Lords of the Clay toppering out here, heat number 3. Daltons Sprintcars Summerslam, all eyes. That front row, Jonathan Allard, our current track record holder in the 0 car. Nothing but fresh air in front of him. And we send them away on the 12-lap journey. It's Allard leading the way. Myers quickly up there into second spot, and through comes Jamie Larson. Bit of a snafu at the back of the field there. Adam Evans and the 95 of Caleb Bourne involved in that one. The 2 Americans leading the way. It's Allard, Myers, and then we go back to Jamie Larson. Behind him, Dave Kerr in the Ford-powered machine. Here comes Dean Brindle, muscling his way up in the black 22 car. Just went up under the 7 of Oscar Harcourt. Bailey Patterson's nightmare continues as he retires that car to the infield, but setting a fair old pace at the head of the pack. It's Jonathan Allard, Myers in second, and Myers is giving nothing away to his much more accomplished rival. Myers just starting to close the gap on Jonathan Allard. Larson still sitting there in third. Big battle going on there for fourth between a couple of old dirt track cowboys from way back, Brindle and Dave Kerr. Brindle did the slide job, but Kerr got him back on that one. This is going to be a real battle to watch as the 19 of Jamie Duff slows up quickly. Yellow will come on.
Yeah, deflated outside rear tyre, AJ. A flat outside rear tyre seems to be the problem for Jamie Duff.
Well, it never rains, it pours for the Duff man. He's just starting to make some moves, and the 19 out with a flat right rear tyre. Joel Myers giving nothing away to Jonathan Allard.
I think you're right, AJ, and we got a glimpse of how good both of those Americans are, and we all seen Joel Myers Jr. creeping forwards and actually catching Jonathan Allard. So we've got a really interesting restart here. The 2 Americans off the front, and let's see how the young buck from Sestobel, California, Joel Myers Jr. handles the master of restarts, Jonathan Allard.
Yeah, how good was that battle, Warwick, between Dean Brindle and Dave Kerr?
Yeah, well, I was just going to mention that you not only watch the front row, watch the second row, because you've got Jamie Larson there as well. You've got Brindle and Kerr, and it looked like Brindle had him. He came across the inside, but Davey squared the corner up and drifted back and powered down the straight to take that position back. So it's all on. And I see we've got young Oscar Harcourt sitting in there. That's the first 3 rows. Then we've got There's Taylor sitting there with McIntyre, so holy smoke, she's all on.
Yeah, McIntyre up from grid 14.
Yeah, well, Caleb Bourne and Todd Richards and someone else with a yellow wing, I can't remember who it was, got all snaffled up at the start.
Yeah, battles upon battles. Green flag flies. Myers tries round the top. What do you think of that, Ruapuna? It's Joel Myers Jr. right up where Angels fear to tread. Now that will get the hackles up of Jonathan Allard in the 0 car. It's Joel Myers, Jonathan Allard, Jamie Larson, the 22 of Dean Brindle. Then we go back to Dave Kerr. Here comes Stephen Taylor in the niche, number 9. He's up into the top 6, as is the 95 of Caleb Bourne, who is really muscling it up tonight. Our race leader, Joel Myers Jr. He has put pretty much half the length of the straight, if not a little bit more, on the 0 car of Jonathan Allard. Larson there in that 3rd spot. 4th is the 22 of Brindle. Then we go back to Dave Kerr in the 99. Stephen Taylor and Caleb Bourne. They're having a big old ding-dong battle. It is the length of the straight that Joel Myers Jr. has got on Jonathan Allard. Allard better be wary, because here comes the 82 of Jamie Larson. Round goes Alan Chapman in a spray of dust. Manages to keep it going. Green flags remains out. Joel Myers Jr. really laying down a statement. Got him behind Gene Spooner. Yellow's going to come on. Just ran out of racetrack.
Yeah, there was such a frenetic pace that Miles Jr. was running in there, and he just happened to tag the back of the unfortunate Spooner. But he did sense he looked like he was going to put his foot up it, but that would have put him into a dangerous position. So he's better off to have stopped the car where he was.
Well, I tell you what, Ruapuna, how good's that? The 16-year-old put the move on the master and absolutely cleared out. So Joel Myers Jr. making a statement here at Ruapuna Speedway tonight. I think Jonathan Allard was very surprised. It actually put him off his game for a lap or two, but you could just see J.A. changing his tactics, changing his strategy, and now it's Jonathan Allard that can play catch, or is it cat and mouse with the young Californian flyer.
Well, the thing about Jonathan Allard is he knows this racetrack very, very well from a number of visits down here through the years. And I seriously thought he was out wide enough that Joel Myers would not be able to go round the outside of him. What a move that one was. Bigger moves right back through the field. Now, I'm a little surprised if this is a double file restart. They're supposed to expire with 5 laps to go. There's actually only 3 laps to go on this, but my understanding was for the last 5 laps you're into a single file restart configuration. Could be wrong. How good's Jamie Larson?
I just throw it out of the book, AJ, if that's what they're going to do. More excitement where you pack them up, pack them and stack them. Good stuff.
Well, I tell you what, spare a thought for Gene Spooner. He's like a sparring partner for boxers at the moment. He's really getting carved up, but Gene's actually going pretty good. He hasn't had much of a run in the last couple of years. But I tell you what, Ruapuna, let's have a look at this restart. This is going to be so interesting to see who can get the jump on who. And Joel Myers Jr. has the courage to do an outside pass here, and I'm not sure how Jonathan Allard's going to stop it.
Well, yeah, as AJ said, watch that second pairing as well. Yeah. Larson and Brindle.
And Stephen Taylor's right there in the mix, as well as is Dave Kerr. Right Kerr off at your peril. Green flag flies with just a couple of 3 laps to go. Myers got the start. Allard in second. Dean Brindle's carving them up. Big Dean, he's moved up into 4th, and he is hunting them down. You got Larson up high, Brindle down low. They're battling over 3rd and 4th spot. Dave Kerr, he's joining into the fun there. Right onto the tail of Dean Brindle. It's a high-speed game of cat and mouse, this one, as Joel Myers Jr. takes the white flag. 1 to go here. Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway. Daltons Sprintcars Summerslam and it's going to be Joel Myers Jr. racing for Daniel Anderson Motorsport out of Tiana. Takes the win. Jonathan Allard in second. Jamie Larson in third. Then we go back to the 22 of Dean Brindle. Dave Kerr. Great drive by Kerr to get home in fifth. In sixth, it is the 95 of Caleb Bourne. Seventh, Oscar Harcourt. Stephen Taylor went back to eighth. But there you go, folks. That